The world of the Sky minus Veil clan is vertical. Their home is not a cave on the ground, but a network of ledges and hollows carved into the sheer, red face of the Great Rift. A canyon so deep its bottom is a myth. For generations, this has been their fortress. No four-legged beast can scale these walls. The slithering things are easily spotted and dispatched. Safety is height. Safety is the chasm that swallows all sound. Below them, a permanent blanket of thick, white fog fills the canyon. The sky minus veil itself a sea of cloud that conceals the world beneath. They live on an island in the air, a testament to the ingenuity of these human ancestors. Kale is the first to go. He is a young scout, sinewy and sure minus footed. He's tasked to watch the opposite cliff face for rock slides. He sits on the needle, a sliver of rock jutting out 100 paces from the main settlement. A lone figure against the endless blue. One moment, he is there, a familiar silhouette. The next, he is not. There is no cry, no sound of falling stone, just an emptiness where a man used to be. The others call his name, their voices thin and sharp in the vastness. Only the wind answers. The elders decide he must have lost his footing. A moment of lapsed concentration, a tragedy paid to the spirits of the deep. They mourn, but the clan's faith in their vertical sanctuary remains unshaken. A week later, it is Una. She is tending the tough, wind-blasted mosses they cultivate for sustenance on a high, sun-drenched ledge. She works with her back to the open sky, head water, playing in a shallow cave nearby. Hears a sound like a vast leather cloak being snapped taut. When she looks, her mother is gone. All that remains is Una's flint scraping tool, lying on the stone. Now, a cold dread begins to seep through the community. 2 in 10 sons. Not from sickness, not from a foe, but an aerosol. The paranoia is a physical thing, a tightening in the chest. They begin to move in pairs, their eyes constantly scanning the empty canvas of the sky above them, the roiling white sea of fog below. The clan's understanding of their prehistoric world, a world they thought they had mastered, is cracking. The truth arrives with the third victim. It is Biora, a veteran hunter, who takes it upon himself to solve the mystery. He tethers himself to the rock with a long braid of gut-fine and positions himself on the needle. Kale's final post. He holds a stone-dipped spear, his jaw set. 4 hours. He waits. The others watch from the safety of the main caves, small figures huddled in the rock. The fog below is unusually thick today, rising and mazy. Silent columns, caressing the very edge of their settlement. Suddenly, Biora looks up. His body goes rigid. He does not scream. There is no time. A shadow, immense and swift, detaches itself from the white veil of the fog. It is not a bird. It is a living spearhead the size of a man, attached to a neck of impossible length. The head strikes. A colossal, toothless beak closing around Boar's torso with a wet, final crunch. For a horrifying second, the beast hangs in the air, leathery wings spanning wider than 3 huts, its head crowned with a strange, flattened crest. It is a Quetzalcoatlus, a demon of the Mesozoic sky, using the fog as its hunting blind. Then, with a single, powerful downstroke of its wings, it ascends, pulling the vine taut until it snaps. Biora is simply gone, swallowed by the sky. Below, on the cliff face, the clan is frozen, their fortress transformed into a butcher's block. The revelation paralyzes the sky minus veil. Fear, cold and absolute, replaces the blood in their veins. Their home, a vertical fortress for all of their remembered hominid history, has become a trap. Every open ledge is an altar for sacrifice. Every gust of wind sounds like the beat of colossal wings. The children are kept deep within the caves, away from the hungry sky. The hunters move with their backs scraped against the rock, spears held upright, their eyes darting not towards the horizon, but straight up into the blank, pitiless blue. They are being besieged by a god or a demon, a creature whose existence redefines their brutal prehistoric world. Starvation will come before the beast takes them all. The moss gardens are on the sunniest, most exposed ledges. No one dares tend them. Yolda Ev, the face a roadmap of scars and seasons, convenes the hunters in the great hollow. Her voice is low, but it cuts through the fearful silence. We cannot stay, she says, her words echoing the thought in every mind. The wall is no longer our shield, it is our cage. A young hunter, Roy C. speaks. Where can we go? We are the sky minus veil. The ground is for the scale ones, the deep forest for the pack minus that minus never minus sleeps. Maiev looks at him, her eyes ancient. We do not flee, we fight. The idea is madness. How do you fight the sky? How do you throw a spear at a cloud? We do not fight it in its world. Maiev continues, a flicker of terrible inspiration in her gaze. We bring it into ours. She points a bony finger not up, but down, down, into the white, churning abyss of the sky minus veil fall. We go to the floor. We make it follow. The plan that unfolds is one of desperate genius, a gamble born from the sharpest edge of human intelligence. They will descend into the canyon, a place forbidden by generations of law, a place rumored to be haunted by ground minus predators and sunless things. There, on the canyon floor, they will build a trap. For days, the clan's toolmakers work, not with flint, but with the relics of a bygone age. This is their unique craft, their osteodontokeratic technology. They retrieve massive, fossilized ribs scavenged from a sauropod skeleton half-minded buried in a high cave, sharpening their points over fires until they are like ivory spears. They unearth the meter-minus long horn of a triceratops, a treasure from their grandfather's time, and laboriously hone its tip. This is the new foundation of their survival skills. These are not just weapons. They are fangs, designed to pierce the leathery hide of a sky-minus titan. The final piece of the plan is the most terrible. They made bait. A law so tempting the Quetzalcoatlus will risk landing, something alive and struggling. A mountain goat, perhaps, but they have none, and the beast is now accustomed to human prey. The hunters sit in grim silence, each man knowing what is required, none willing to say it. It is Maiev who breaks the tension. I will be the bait, she states, not as an offer, but as a final decree. My legs are old. My hands can no longer nap flint. My life has been given to the clan. Now, my death will be, too. There is no argument, only a profound, aching acceptance. This is the brutal calculus of survival. An old woman's life for the future of the tribe. The hunters, their faces carved from stone, begin braiding the thickest gut-minus vines, preparing the stakes, and planning their descent into the white hell below. The descent is a journey into the clan's own fear. They move down the gut-minus vines, hand over hand, swallowed by the white veil they have lived above for their entire lives. The air grows thick, wet, and cold. The familiar red rock of their home becomes slick with moisture, treacherous. Sounds are deadened, absorbed by the fog. It is a silent, colorless purgatory. When their feet finally touch the bottom, it is alien ground. The canyon floor is a world of muted greens and deep blacks, a place of soft earth, rotting logs, and the bones of creatures they have never seen. The scale of the chasm, now seen from below, is crushing. The cliff walls are too sheer, impossible lines that vanish into the mist above. They are ants at the bottom of a crack in the world. There is no time for awe. Under Ororic's quiet command, they work. The massive, sharpened ribs are driven deep into the soft earth, angled upwards like the teeth of a colossal jaw. The sharpened triceratops horn, a relic of their hominid history, is embedded at the center of the trap, its point aimed at the sky. The hunters then melt back into the shadows of the canyon walls, finding cover behind strange, fleshy minus-leafed plants and fallen rocks. They are a dozen ghosts, their flint minus-tipped spears held tight, their hearts pounding a rhythm of terror and resolve. This is the ultimate expression of their intelligence. A trap not of strength, but of foresight. Maeve walks to the center of the killing ground.
Careful
She is
coordination
unbound.
and constant
She
vigilance
carries no
become their
spear.
only shield.
Her white hair is a stark beacon in the gloom. She looks small, fragile, a piece of bait laid for one of the most dangerous dinosaurs to ever rule the skies. She closes her eyes, and then she begins to sing. It is not a song of sorrow, but a low, vibrating chant, a story of the clan's beginning, a challenge hurled into the silence. The hunters wait. The minutes stretch into an eternity. Then, a subtle change in the air pressure. A sudden, deep cold. Rory sees at first a disturbance in the fog directly above. A slow, silent vortex. A shape resolves itself from the mist. The god descends. The Quetzalcoatlus is more terrifying up close than they could ever have imagined. It lands with an impossibly soft thud, its hind limbs folding as its wing-bearing arms touch the ground, turning it into a four-legged stalker. Its head, taller than a man, pivots on its serpentine neck, black eyes scanning the clearing. Its leathery skin is not smooth but covered in a fine, hair-like coat of PYC fibers, like the down of a demonic chick. It sees Maeve. It takes a step towards her, its beak parting slightly. Maeve does not flinch. She finishes her chant. As the beast lunges, she throws herself sideways with a final, surprising burst of agility. The monster's lunge carries it forward, right into the field of sharpened bone. It shrieks, a sound that rips the air as a fossilized drip punches through the membrane of its left wing. It thrashes, a whirlwind of fury and pain, and in its panicked movement, it impales its own chest on the upright Triceratops horn. The dinosaur fight has begun. The hunters erupt from their hiding places, a wave of desperate courage. Spears fly, sinking into the beast's flanks and neck. It is a chaotic, brutal melee. The creature's beak is a sieve, catching one hunter and fleeing him, broken against the canyon wall. But they are relentless. Rory, seeing the beast's head lowered in agony, sprints forward and drives his spear deep into its eye socket. The giant shudders, the final, convulsive tremor, and collapses. The silence that falls is heavier than the fog. The clan stands, breathing ragged lie, over the corpse of their god. On a timeline measured in stone and dice, the fall of a single creature is meaningless, but for the lineage of Homo sapiens, it is everything. In that misty canyon, the Sky-Veil clan did more than kill a predator. They shattered a boundary in their own minds. They proved that the things they feared most, the gods in the sky, the titans of the earth, were made of flesh and bone. They could bleed, and they could die. This was the moment their intelligence became more than a tool for finding food or shelter. It became a weapon, a key to challenging the very architecture of the prehistoric life that had for so long oppressed them. This brutal calculus, sacrificing one elder to save the many. This intricate planning, this coordinated courage against impossible odds, this is the bedrock of the human spirit. How many gods had to fall before we could stand? How many silent, desperate battles, fought with bone and nerve in the depths of prehistory, laid the foundation for our audacious ascent from prey to planet Shaper. Their victory was not just for their clan, but for every one of us who would follow. For in the chronicle of life, survival is not merely written in blood. It is carved into the very sky by those who dare to look up and fight back. But the sky is not the only abyss.